My friends, this is the guide to March 2025 energy forecast broken down into categories and time frames. The energy of March is really bringing in the path of the intuitive heart, a month of awakening, release, realignment, renewal, and empowerment. March emerges as a profoundly transformative period, centrally focused on the heart, where the essence of our relationships, deep seated emotional wounds, and enduring patterns surrounding self worth may converge. My friends, it is time to address the lingering shadows of betrayal, regret, and the intricate webs of karma inherited through generations. Indeed, this month, my friends, carries the weight of both upheaval and opportunity as it ushers in vital changes and sometimes painful revelations that are essential for our evolutionary journey. As we navigate the flux of endings and beginnings, we are invited to release old attachments and to embrace fresh starts with openness and courage. March offers a powerful chance to heal and recalibrate dynamics in key relationships, particularly those that have deeply impacted us. Emotional triggers that surface now serve as illuminating beacons, pointing towards areas needing attention, whether it's forgiveness or processing the information for wisdom to be downloaded, or for transformation, or possibly coming to a completion as well. Moreover, this month is really prompting a profound reflection on values, urging us to connect not merely with the societal blueprints of success, but with a more authentic, heartfelt understanding of what truly resonates with us. What brings you joy? What stirs our passions? And within the energetic turbulence triggered by these two powerful eclipses, you may find yourself also feeling unsettled or even overwhelmed. So it is essential during these times to remember that support is always available and the growth is inevitable. Forward moving force, that you are here to learn, grow, and evolve. And then make sure to lean into your tools, my friends. So, this period is calling for a heartfelt intuition to support you in leading, allowing then the intellectual mind to take a back seat. And if there's any grasping of the mind that's happening, or monkey mind, where your mind wants to know exactly the plan, make sure to lean into your mindfulness tools to support you to come into presence and to shift from being in your head, going into your heart. Because it is really time to align our paths with our emotional truths and our deepest values, and really connecting into our heartfelt intuition, connecting into our heart. As we recalibrate our energies and motivations, we lay a solid foundation for clearer, more heartfelt decisions. Trust emerges as a pivotal theme, trusting in the journey, trusting in the spiritual process, trusting in our capacity to navigate through the complexities of emotional landscapes. And if you're needing support, I am doing a new series called The Wisdom of the Emotions. I've already done two of them, and I will be continuing it. So check those out. And then I also encourage you to seek support from your community, spiritual practices, any tools that support you, your inner resilience this month. Engaging with these resources will not only bolster your spirit and support your human, but also clear the path toward liberation from past encumbrances and a luminous new beginning, allowing for that luminous new beginning to come in. March is really calling for us to follow the path of the heart, promising clarity and freedom to move forward with a renewed purpose and light. So, here are the categories broken down for your personal journey, personal empowerment, and heart centered growth. So, as we step into the month, the spotlight turns profoundly inward, illuminating the theme of love, its flow from and towards oneself, and the relationship we foster with our own hearts. So, this period beckons us to really journey to a journey of self prioritization, encouraging you to detach from the burdens of past wounds, allowing yourself to really heal. This is a powerful moment to ask yourself poignant questions. Do you genuinely honor your worth? Do you genuinely honor your worth? Are you fostering a deep and loving relationship with yourself? Are you ready to release limiting situations and beliefs that are clouding your human? And because this month is demanding personal accountability for the direction of your life and the truths you hold dear. Empowerment is found through facing challenges head on, embracing change, and recognizing what truly resonates with your core values. And also know your core values may have changed over the years. So that's why checking in to see now what they are is a good idea. So, and with all of this, it involves setting also robust boundaries to protect the authenticity of your heart, not out of fear, but really out of the energy of love and understanding. So, while this path may not always be easy, the potential for profound personal growth is significant. So stay fully present to navigate this transformative period, engage actively with your support network, and lean on your established practices to maintain clarity and focus. This is not a time for passivity. Stay alert and embrace the transformative opportunities that arise. Always approach yourself and others with compassion, recognizing the strength in vulnerability as you forge a path of personal authenticity and empowerment. So the next category is nurturing relationships and connections. So this month calls for a deep dive into the state of your relationships, spotlighting those that might be misaligned or in need of significant healing. And with that, I just want to say I have a lot of compassion because I know it can be really challenging when relationships come to a completion or when something feels misaligned or there's a repair being called for healing. So make sure to use your mindfulness tools and compassion to really to support yourself and then also the people that are, in the relationships with you, offering that space of compassion and mindfulness. Because this month is presenting a pivotal challenge for relationships, particularly those that may lack authenticity or require deep healing and transformation. And it doesn't mean that the relationships weren't authentic before. They may have just now come to a completion. And so it's not right, wrong, good or bad. There's an isness and there's a business to the isness. And that's where you have to check in to see where you are in this experience now, not from living from the past. So then, as we are navigating the discerning energies of the year, it is crucial to be mindful also of emotions surfacing, especially feelings like rejection, often that may be spurred by unhealed emotional wounds. It is essential to expand the understanding of emotions, how they work, process the feelings like rejection if they get triggered. These feelings can often arise from unresolved emotional injuries linked to possibly past experiences or even trapped unprocessed emotions, stuck energy. And so it's equally important to ensure you do not project these feelings onto others. You want to process and use your tools to process, download the wisdom, and when the emotion is ready, come to completion. I talk about this in the wisdom of the emotions, the series that I'm doing. And then also exercising mindfulness to avoid projecting such rejection onto others from a place of personal hurt. So as you navigate potential conflicts or disturbances within your relationships, take a thoughtful approach to your interactions. Pause and consider the impact of your words before expressing them, especially when they feel charged with, I'll put in quotes, necessary truths. Instead, prioritize kindness, understanding, and compassion in all dealings. This will serve as your guide through potentially turbulent interactions, helping to mitigate hasty decisions or words that might later be regretted. In moments of relational tension or upheaval, take moments to reflect on your role and responsibilities. Communicate with thoughtfulness and restraint, mindful that words spoken haste can be regretted at leisure or at a later date. This is not the time for impulsive truce, but for measured, compassionate dialogue. So there's sometimes when people will say, I'm just being honest. And you just have to read the room and just understand like, okay, is it really beneficial to because you might is it really beneficial to share? Because sometimes it's just not, and it's not always kind then as well or compassionate. So kindness, and again, it's not right, wrong, good or bad, it's the isness, and it's about evolving yourself in this individual in this collective experience. And so kindness and consideration and compassion are invaluable this month as you navigate these challenging waters. Also, y'all, extend patience both to yourself and to those around you, recognizing that any triggers that arise are not just obstacles, but opportunities for profound healing, closure, or much needed reset. Patience is so vital for yourself and others because as we are moving through this month, if there are emotional triggers encountered, it can just provide opportunities for healing and also concluding unresolved issues or initiating a fresh start. It can really support healing and repairing. So, change maybe the lens how you're viewing this as well. Instead of being bothered by emotional triggers, let yourself lean into the wisdom of what they're offering because this period demands a reflective look at your relationship with yourself, particularly in areas concerning self love, self esteem, and personal value. So, assess your health, your spiritual practices, and the degree to which you trust in your own worth. Cultivating a strong, compassionate relationship with oneself is foundational, not only to personal well-being, but also to the health of your external connections. If you're in my Patreon group, The Inspiring You, meditate with me at all access levels. We did 28 days of meditation in February, and one of the weeks was just on compassion. And so, if you need support this month, revisit those meditations. They are living in the library of the Inspiring You Patreon. In the collections area, there is a library, and there is a 28 days of meditation for 2025. Meditate with me, just mark which ones are beneficial for you in terms of compassion and revisit them this month to really support you in using tools and help you. And with that, take time to reflect on your relationship with yourself, and this encompasses your feelings of love, self-esteem, worth. Consider your health, physical well-being, your spiritual journey, and how deeply you really trust in your intrinsic value. This introspective inquiry is crucial not only for your external relationship, but for fostering a nurturing, supportive relationship with yourself. Okay, the next category is health and well being. This month, the intricate dance between emotional wellness and physical health becomes especially pronounced. The realms of emotional and physical health this month draws attention to how deeply our feelings of love and support are intertwined with the condition of our lower body, especially the hips, knees, and ankles. The areas of the body, what I'm saying about the hips, knees, ankles, often serve as barometers for experiences of love and support. If challenges arise in these areas, it might be a signal for deeper patterns, some of which could stem from ancestral roots, your maternal and paternal lineages, influencing you beyond your immediate life circumstances. If you experience discomfort or issues in these areas, it's worth considering whether they might be manifestations of deeper, perhaps ancestral patterns, or it could be from past lives that are calling for your awareness and healing intentions. So acknowledge these patterns as their emergence invites you to set powerful intentions for healing and transformation. And then also, it's crucial to moderate your pace this month. And if you listen to the energy forecast, I talk about pace this month as well in terms of allowing yourself to rest in stillness. So it's crucial to moderate your pace this month. It's important to allow yourself sufficient time to unwind and reflect. Allow ample space and time to reflect and process the emotions tied to your current experiences. The state of your physical health is really linked to your mental and emotional states. And so we can, with your hips, you can hip pocket emotions. Then your emotions are like stuck in your hips. And so there could be emotions that are repressed that then, oh wow, why does my left hip hurt? And meanwhile, it could be some sadness is stuck there. So give yourself permission to take breaks and reflect deeply on your body. Emotions are communicating through your presence experiences. I mean, obviously, with your physical body, there could be other things going on too, where your body just needs a tune up or needs help from, going to the Western doctor. So I always do recommend, people wherever you are in the world, go get your version of a physical or a wellness check to make sure that your physical body is okay. Whether it's, getting all your blood work done, checking in to see, your vitals and seeing that how everything is running, because that's also important too, along with your mental and emotional health with your physical body. So, but your physical body well being can be closely tied to your mental and emotional states, highlighting the need for a balanced approach to life's demands. Because with it, you know, you have to give yourself permission to take breaks and reflect deeply on what the body emotion are communicating through your present experience, because your body can be telling you things based on how you're feeling or thoughts and things like that. So you want to go inward to see what your body is telling you. So approach this interconnectedness with a mindset of neutrality, non attachment, even as you navigate through sometimes the uncomfortable realms of personal growth. I know we all want personal growth to be like with ease and grace, which, yes, please. But y'all, it can be uncomfortable at times. So let's just acknowledge that. So just approach it with compassion and as much neutrality and non attachment as you can. So, with this, then, this period really calls for a thoughtful approach to handling your daily commitments, ensuring you process the emotional, mental, physical messages your body is conveying. The health of your physical body is deeply connected, as I mentioned, also to your mental and emotional equilibrium. And remember, also, that this is the year of the snake. So remember, in the symbolism of the year of the snake is shedding skin is a natural part of growth. Although this process can be uncomfortable, it is essential for renewal and evolution. So as you navigate through these growth phases, keep in mind the metaphor of the snake, which must shed its skin to grow. Though this process may bring discomfort, may be uncomfortable, it is essential for shedding outdated patterns and embracing a state of renewal and enhanced well being. You are releasing and growing. You are here to learn, grow, and evolve. Learn, grow, and evolve. So, with that, this natural, sometimes uncomfortable process of shedding is necessary for change and renewal. So, embrace the discomfort of shedding old patterns as a vital step towards holistic health and renewal. And also embrace these necessary steps for your own growth and evolution. Okay, the next category, business and collaboration. This month calls for strategic pauses in making significant business decisions, urging you to focus instead on evaluating and managing existing partnerships and relationships as challenges arise. Take time to learn and assess from previous business choices that did not yield the desired outcomes, and be kind to yourself as you do so, because again, you guessed it, we're here to learn, grow, and evolve. Learn, grow, and evolve. You're going to make mistakes. That's just the nature of game of being human. Humaning is literally here to learn, grow, and evolve. So, in the realm of business this month, it is wise to pause major decisions. Yet it is essential to address decisions concerning relationships and patterns, relationships and partnerships as they arise. Reflect, reflect deeply on past business engagements that haven't served you well to avoid repeating ineffective choices. We're here to learn, grow, and evolve. What did you learn? What did you grow? How'd you grow? So this period also presents, a valuable opportunity to break free from these long-standing patterns of what might be described as non-beneficial survival patterns. Traces of the old world conditioning and patriarchal limitation characterized by scarcity, lack, powerlessness, not being able to get ahead, cycling in, working hard, barely being able to enjoy life, and still barely covering bills. That non beneficial survival patterns are being called to be cleared. And that might be rooted from, you guessed it, your ancestral lineages, from your maternal lineages. So these deep seated patterns often stem from ancestral legacies and long held beliefs about what is necessary for survival. It is an opportune time to shed these limitations and embrace a more abundant, expansive view of life. I know a lot of us, when we think about inheritance, you're like thinking about, like, oh, yeah, I'd love an inheritance, whether it's, financial flow, land, property, whatever it is. Meanwhile, or you're thinking like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get an inheritance." No, we all have an inheritance. It just might not be the inheritance that you thought it was gonna be or you hoped it was gonna be. It's an inheritance, all right. And so you want to check in to see, what's come to completion in your inheritance and how you can then evolve. So any kind of deep-seated patterns that are stemming from your maternal lineages or any long-held beliefs or things like that, you know, that were about surviving or lack-mindedness, poverty mindset, you wanna work to support and clearing so you can shift. Because only by letting yourself shed these limitations, and then it allows you to embrace a more abundant, expansive view of life. So, this time is inviting a profound shift away from restrictive patterns of lack, scarcity, or even poverty mindset, or it's allowing us to come to completion with them from the old earth, shifting into the unity consciousness. But these old patterns and programs often were perpetuated across generations, solidified by patriarchal conditioning. And we haven't really fully cleared from it. I mean, you just have to kind of look to see what's going on Earth right now to see these deeply embedded beliefs in scarcity limitations have historically bound us to a cycle of laboring intensely, yet reaping minimal benefits, hardly more than enough sometimes to sustain daily life. So now really being called to engage in a process of release and healing, approaching our challenges with mindfulness, profound compassion, and clearing the energy. So, this is a moment to acknowledge that our ancestors were not bound by choice, but constrained by oppressive systems. With deep awareness, we have the power to break these ancestral chains, setting the stage for freedom and healing that begins with us and ripples back through the generations. That's where you're breaking the cycles. So, this is our opportunity to liberate ourselves from the confines of patriarchal structures and break the ancestral chains, paving the way for freedom, not just for ourselves, but for our entire lineages. So, by acknowledging and releasing these outdated narratives, we open the door to a life filled with greater abundance and true empowerment. So, with that, then, as the month progresses, look forward to new possibilities for experiencing personal abundance and prosperity. Why? Because we've done the clearing work. So, these opportunities will then likely emerge from a reevaluation of our values and a realignment of our aspirations, ensuring they resonate more authentically with our current life path. So, your connection with money, business projects, and overall success is poised for a period of healing and transformation. This is a time to process and release past disappointments, allowing space for forgiveness and closure. On a broader scale concerning productivity, continue to recalibrate how you channel your energy. This period demands clarity about what genuinely motivates you, encouraging a shift from being led by mere intellectual reasoning, but by being really guided by that heartfelt intuition. Because again, that's one of the energy themes, and that's really what we're shifting into. So act decisively to eliminate practices and relationships that no longer align with your goals and really your authentic self. And don't hesitate to be assertive in setting boundaries to protect and prioritize your vision and well being. That being said, though, do so in mindfulness and compassion and loving care for self and others. And you can do it with mindful communication. And if you need to pause before you have those conversations, let yourself pause and then bring in the mindful communication when you're ready. All right. The next category in the environment, awareness, and external energy shifts. So, Earth as a mirror of transformation. Just as emotions rise, relationship dynamics intensify, and old wounds surface for healing. The earth too is shifting and releasing. Volcanic activity, seismic movements, and elemental disruptions mirror the profound transformations happening within us. This is a time when both personal and planetary energy need an outlet, a conscious release valve to prevent pressure from building in destructive ways. So engage in movement, creative expression, or intentional energy work to channel this intensity constructively. Be mindful of falling into patterns of escapism or unhealthy coping mechanisms that will not serve your highest good. The foundations, both literal and energetic, are being shaken. I've said it more than once. We are living in We are all living in the snow globe together, where the snow globe is shaking at times, which means we are shaking. So the foundations, both literal and energetic, are being shaken. We are in the snow globe, and the earth reflects this upheaval as well. Just as internal shifts bring profound realignment, so does nature respond in kind. We are intricately connected to these cycles, and by working with the elements, we can navigate these changes for greater ease. For grounding and support, spend time in gratitude with the earth beneath you. Trees hold wisdom. Lean into them for steadiness and guidance. Often on my walks, I will put my hand on a tree, and I'll do a Reiki hand, and I'll ask the tree if the tree wants to receive Reiki. And then in an energetic exchange, I also then feel the amazing groundedness and support. So you find your way in what it means for you, though, in terms of leaning into them for steadiness and guidance. For clarity and clearing, listen to the whispers of the wind, allowing stagnant energy to be swept away. For flow and adaptability, connect with water. Let it teach you how to move with ease through life's currents. For transformation and release, call upon the spirit of fire, allowing it to burn away in a beneficial way, in a safe way, allowing it to burn away the old and make space for renewal. So you always want to use safety with it. So, this is a really powerful time, though, to align with the forces of nature, recognizing that the external world is not separate from our inner experience. There is a mirroring. When we respect and honor and collaborate with the earth's energy, we move in harmony with the greater shifts unfolding within and around us. Okay, so that was the categories. And now let's do the time frames. So, March 1st through the 7th. I'm actually going to state this as so this is March 1st through the 7th, emotional insights and inner awareness. This week, be alert for emotional reactions that may surface unexpectedly. Yet remember, emotions are messengers, my friends. Be kind to your emotions, no matter what they are. Lean into what the wisdom of the emotion is saying. Stay attentive to the emotional insights that may unexpectedly come to light, particularly within your relationships. Because remember, one of the major themes is the heart. So, what is it telling us? Aim to process these emotions with mindfulness as much as possible. It is also possible that old emotional wounds, which you thought were healed, might appear again, demanding one final acknowledgement and resolution. So, take an active role in the healing journey by exploring the dynamics and patterns that have shaped these challenging experiences. Ask yourself about their origins and whether it's time to fully release them. These emotions are not disruptions, but messengers providing valuable information about your inner landscape. So approach them with openness, curiosity, love and kindness, compassion. Let go of judgment, blame, resistance, or non beneficial victimization. Recognize that even old emotional wounds that surface or resurface are seeking your attention for a final healing and closure. What wisdom? And it might be a new layer of, sometimes it can be layers of transformation. So it might be a new layer of it. Engage with these emotions actively, exploring the underlying dynamics and patterns that are needing your attention and your understanding, downloading the wisdom, potentially release and allow them to come to completion. Because, y'all, the intensity of this week might also inspire a strong inclination to articulate your truths as a response to what you're feeling or as a way to address unresolved dissatisfaction. Make sure to pause and lean into your mindfulness tools. Just take a breath, my friends. Just know that there is a lot that is clearing, a lot from the collective and from the individual. So make sure to take moments to pause. Like, wait, do I really need to share this right now? Do I need to go and huddle with myself and process? Because within you, the energies of this week, they just may provoke a strong desire to express your own truths in response to these emotional upheavals or release of suppressed dissatisfaction. I, I cannot stress this enough. Before you respond, take a moment to pause, to consider a mindful response or allow yourself to process before responding. Use your tools, infuse your expression with compassion and thoughtfulness. Emphasizing kindness and compassion and gentleness in your interactions can be profoundly effective in ensuring that your perspectives are respected and heard. Moving forward in a manner that is gracious, compassionate, gentle, inviting someone in can be just as powerful as a passionate outburst in ensuring that you are truly heard. Additionally, this week, it offers a prime opportunity to re-engage with a project that has been waiting in the wings. Provided you feel a strong, positive indication to move forward, embrace the openings that appear naturally, allowing the insights for your emotional responses to guide your decisions and actions in a clear, purposeful way. Okay, the next week, March 8th through the 15th, trusting intuition and karmic clearing. So, as we spring forward with the onset of daylight saving time on the night of March 8th or 9th, depending where you are, a window opens for heightened intuitive clarity, specifically with the heart. This week, you are encouraged to trust the gentle guidance of your heart, perhaps feeling right about decisions before fully understanding why. Resist the urge to dissect these feelings too intensely. Sometimes the heart knows before the mind catches up. And remember that one of the themes of this month is about the heart. So, this period also marks a profound deepening in our connection to the heart's wisdom and intuition. You may find yourself trusting these intuitive heart pulls more readily, sensing their rightness even before the rational explanations unfold. During this time, allow yourself to be guided more by what you feel rather than what you think you know. The shift may occur, the shift that might create some dissonance for those of you straddling the line. Let me say this again. This shift may create some dissonance for those of you straddling the lines between conventional inherited ways of thinking and the truths they are currently revealing themselves. Releasing from limited beliefs or aspects of conditioning that were handed down from generations or from wherever. It takes a process to clear and recognize. And so that's why you have to be kind to yourself and compassionate and also with others too, because they're going through their own clearing process. But it might create some dissonance for you because you're like, wait, you're wanting to hold on to the old, not sure you understand what the new is. And sometimes with the mind wants to know that all the ABCs, but that's just not how it really works in terms of the unfolding of your path and intuition. You might be getting this strong sense of knowingness, but you don't have, the proof per se, or it's not completely lined up in the ABCs because it just doesn't work linear like that and how the mind wants it to work. And that's why learning how to shift from your head to your heart and then trusting your intuition when something resonates deeply, even if the logic behind it hasn't fully revealed itself yet. If your mind seeks certainty in details, use your mindfulness practice to gently release the need to grasp for immediate answers. Some things are just still unfolding and clarity will come in its own time. And with that, I'll give you an example of my own life. Last year, I was in a cafe near my house where I go quite often, and I go around the same time, and usually it's like the same people in line at the same time. And we're all very, it's a community place, and we're very friendly with the baristas, know their names, they know our names. And so this one person, he's in front of me or behind me quite often. And so it was interesting because, he was talking to the baristas, and he had said to the baristas, oh, I won't be here for a while. So I'll see you when I get back. And someone said, oh, where are you going? And he said, oh, I'm going to Thailand. And it's just so interesting how, like, intuition works and how when the information is on the collective, you can receive the downloads if it's beneficial for you to get it. Some information is locked up for only a person to have it at a time. But anyway, I share that because so he said Thailand and somebody had said to him, "Oh, you're going on vacation." And he just kind of smiled and I immediately thought no, he's not going on vacation. And I was like, "Oh." And I said this to myself. I did not say it out loud. I did not say it out loud. And then I thought, "Oh, that's interesting. Why did I just get like a no, it's not vacation?" And again, this was all an internal conversation. It was not out loud. I was not talking to this person. And so then I got, well, I wonder what's going on. What is that? And is there any more information there? And then all of a sudden I got, um, two words came in, White Lotus. And I was like, "Oh, they must be filming White Lotus in Thailand and he probably has a part in it." And again, I did not say this out loud. I just had this internal conversation and this download of information. And so I say this because this was a year ago. A year ago. And so I completely forgot about that experience because it was such a short blip of time. Like it was just so short. It was within like a couple minutes of an experience last year. And I actually do watch the TV show White Lotus. And so I was really excited. Again, internally, I did not outwardly say anything because oftentimes when people are on certain TV shows, they don't disclose what they may be doing only to friends and only on to like people they actually know. I don't know this person at all, only that they stand in line in front of me or behind me at times. So I do not know this person. This person does not know me at all. Um, but you still can get information. And so this is where trusting your intuition comes in. And so I got the information. I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And I let it go. I let it go. And you trust your information and even if the logic behind it hasn't fully revealed itself yet. Because your mind might seek certainty in details, and so but with your intuition, like, it's not logical. Like, where would I get this download of this information? My mind would be like, "That's not logical. You don't even know this person. This person is never just because they're in front of you or behind you, you've never actually had a conversation with this person." So my mind would be like, "That's not logical." But my intuition was so strong and I got this information. So long story short, White Lotus is on. This person is on the show. Mhm. And I share that because y'all, totally forgot about that moment until I saw the trailer of White Lotus and saw this person on it. I was like, "Oh my god." And it came in. And so that's kind of sometimes intuition works where there's just no logic behind it. And also too, it hasn't fully revealed itself yet. That was a year ago. And that was a blip. And you might get intuitive hits from like 5 years ago when all of a sudden 5 years later it comes into physical manifestation. Or sometimes too with information, what could have happened is that that person could have, got the show per se, but then maybe then it didn't manifest and they wouldn't have ended up being on the show because energy can shift. Things can shift because when you're in that space of infinite possibilities, things can happen where you might be doing something that's beneficial in this moment, but in the next moment, something might be called to change. And we're here learning, growing, and evolving. And so you're evolving. And so it's not a fixed sense. And the mind wants it to be in a fixed sense. Whereas when you're living really from your intuitive heart and you're downloading the wisdom in relationship to your heart and soul, you just learn to be more fluid and more flexible with it, understanding that you are letting go of the rigidity of the mind and the black and whiteness of it and living more in a nuanced sense and understanding that energy can shift. I will say though, I was really excited for this person, you know, on White Lotus, and I was really excited because I remember standing in line and they felt there was like a real sense of joy about going to Thailand, and I could feel it. I was like, "Oh, it feels like a real sense of joy." Because again, we share space with each other in this snow globe. Um, and so it's just really amazing. And that's what I love about sometimes too, intuitive hits that you get where it's like, wow, that's really amazing. And also too, how we are so much more connected with each other than we even like realize. And that's what's amazing too, is the more that you lean into the practices of your intuition, you start to receive different downloads. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to have healthy boundaries with it, because, that's where you have to learn, like, is this information just coming in now for me to understand? And a lot of times it's not just for you to talk about it out loud with people. Also, too, sometimes when you're getting intuitive information, especially in a situation where you're in a cafe where you don't actually know someone, um, it's not something that, that could be very like, "Wait, what?" Did you like, it's like the person might then be really confused, like, "Wait, did I say that out loud? I Wait, did I say that?" And so you just you respect boundaries in that kind of physical space way, but it doesn't mean you're not gonna receive information, especially when it's in the collective consciousness. The information is in the information highway, and so unless it's, like, protected for the human by the higher self soul and the guide team, then a lot of the information is on the information highway, which is then, you can telepathically, you're receiving information because we are all energy beings that have the ability to conduit and receive it because it is out there. Um, so then relating to this then is really trusting your intuition and learning to trust your intuition, and when something resonates deeply or you're getting a message, even if the logic behind it hasn't fully revealed itself yet, it could be years. Even if your mind seeks certainty and details, you want to use your mindfulness practice to gently release the need for grasping for immediate answers, or "I have to know," or "Oh my god, I'm right." It's not about right, wrong, good or bad. It's the nuance of the isness, the business of the isness. Some things are still unfolding. Clarity will come in its own time, or you might not even receive clarity. That might be it for the message. Completely okay. Maybe you don't really need to know. Maybe it's just really about being trusting in this experience for something. So instead of relying solely on intellectual understanding, allow your feelings to shape your experience, guiding you toward deeper insight and alignment. So, this time really may stir also a sense of inner conflict as you find yourself caught between the enduring impressions or imprints of past teachings and the vivid light truths now emerging. So, such periods of transition can also feel disorienting, yet also are rich with potential for profound personal insights. And it all comes back to your intuition, really letting yourself receive the downloads, and also then letting yourself recognize if there's any outdated practices, and learning to really shift from your head to your heart. If you do some of the meditations, I often will talk about, seeing a light staircase from your head to your heart, shift into your heart space, because then you can connect, with your higher self soul, letting yourself become a clear channel to receive the information for your highest good. Also within this week, we're still talking about March 8th through the 15th, which is about trusting intuition and karmic clearing. Trusting intuition, karmic clearing. So, with this week as well, expect to confront karmic themes, possibly revisiting past relationships or reoccurring challenges. Or you could also, there could be situations in your life That could also be karmic situations where you're completing something from a past life. I've had several situations in the last couple weeks of clients coming in that there are things that happened in their past lives, and then in this lifetime, there's a karmic completion happening. So just know that there could be karmic themes. So revisiting past relationships or reoccurring challenges. So these moments are not mere coincidences, but opportunities to reflect on your spiritual journey. What lessons have you learned? What wisdom? What remains to be resolved? Each challenge this week is an invitation to grow, offering not just obstacles, but the tools for overcoming them and the wisdom to be downloaded. So embrace the discomfort that might accompany these lessons. They carry seeds of liberation, seeds of wisdom. As each issue is addressed and resolved, a sense of freedom becomes palpable, paving the way for more authentic living and deeper fulfillment. Okay, March 14th is the full moon and the total lunar eclipse in Virgo. On Friday, March 14th, we experienced the powerful full moon with a total lunar eclipse in Virgo, also known as the blood moon, one of the most transformative lunations of the year. This eclipse acts as a cosmic accelerator, propelling you forward and closing a chapter or completing a cycle, whether you feel ready for it or not. This energetic push is undeniable, urging deep reflection and intentional, inspiring action. This is not a time for passive observation, but for meaningful inner work. Take the opportunity to acknowledge what is shifting, realign with your truth, and prepare for the next phase of your journey. Remember, my friends, also this: you cannot fix or control another's path, but you can hold space for growth, offering support through, compassionate space, through intention, through sending Reiki, good vibes, however you want to say it, through prayer. Just don't send your own energy. You can ask, to send universal light energy their way or ask their spirit guides for highest good to support them. Whatever works for you in languaging, just don't send your own energy. The real work within all of this lies within turning your attention toward your own well being, letting go of trying to fix or change another's past, and turning your attention toward your own well being and what truly nurtures your sense of security and stability. This eclipse also heightens intuition and heart wisdom. Because again, remember, the heart is one of the themes this month. What you emotionally know to be right, even if the logical mind hasn't caught up. Some forms of release may be necessary, whether it's outdated beliefs, attachments, or commitments that no longer support you. Surrender to the process and allow transformation to unfold. Okay, so now March 16th through the 23rd, integration, reflection, and heart led wisdom. As we move through the post eclipse window, the energy calls for slowing down, reflecting, and allowing space for integration. Whether recent changes were initiated by you or influenced by external forces, this is a time to be fully present with the shifts unfolding. Avoid rushing into making major decisions. What is in motion now is still settling, and deeper emotional clarity will emerge in its own time. You are in a phase of profound assimilation where understanding must first take root within both external actions aligns. So you are, again, in a phase of profound assimilate. You are in a phase of profound assimilation or integration. You are integrating work where understanding must first take root, actually. So where understanding must first take root within before external actions align. Sorry, I'm just getting messages from my guides, so I'm trying to receive the information while trying to then explain it in a more mindful way. Okay, so with this, then you want to trust that when the moment is right, the signs will be unmistakable. They were just, I'll just let you know, they were just telling me that they're like, you're confusing words. When I was saying route, they're like, no, it's root. So my guides often help me with things like this. I'll ask like, can you just let me know if I need any support? That's what it was. Oh my god, humaning is so extraordinarily fun. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Um, and I'm doing this live, so I'm not gonna edit it afterwards. It is what it is. This is humaning in its finest. Um, Also for March 16th through 23rd, I don't think I mentioned what it's called this week. It's integration, reflection, and heart-led wisdom. So again, trusting that when the moment is right, the signs will be unmistakable and that you will understand. So this period also awakens creativity and imagination, inviting you to honor the inner world and the visions that wish to take form. Nurturing the ability to create, whether through artistic expression, problem solving, or simply allowing the space for inspiration, it is a central part of this phase. Above all, this is a time for deep heart connection, holding space for emotions, trusting in your heart's intelligence, and tending to self care with intention will strengthen your alignment with what's to come. The intuitive heart serves as a guiding force, illuminating the way forward with clarity and trust. Like a steady current, it leads you towards alignment with your true path. And as the equinox arrives, it brings a wave of renewal and possibility, marking the start of a fresh cycle. With this heightened awareness, a broader perspective, and a deepened sense of direction, one that resonates fully with your soul's unfolding journey. All right, with this, also March 20th is the equinox, a gateway to renewal. The equinox on March 20th marks a powerful shift, an invitation to restore balance, embrace renewal, and align with the natural cycles of transformation. The cosmic threshold signals that this transition is moving into a new chapter, offering a moment to pause and reflect on how far you've come and where you're headed next, which is why taking moments to rest this month is really important so you can integrate this work to pause and reflect on how far you've come and where you're headed next. During this time, your heart's wisdom becomes the guiding force. Your intuitive heart is letting you know and downloading wisdom to you to be a compass. It is gently steering you toward what is truly aligned. Trust the quiet knowing within, even if the full picture hasn't yet revealed itself. The equinox is an opportunity to release energetic weight, recalibrate your intentions, and step into greater clarity. Honor this transition with presence, whether through ritual, meditation, energy work, simply allowing yourself to be in stillness. Use this beneficial portal to welcome the balance, renewal, and expansion that is now available to you. I will be doing an energy meditation on that as well. March 24th through the 31st, embracing clarity and breaking cycles. So as this month progresses, pay close attention to what keeps drawing your focus. Where does your focus keep going? Where is your attention keep going? Is it a challenge asking to be resolved? A long-waited opportunity nudging you forward? A relationship dynamic that refuses to be ignored? Or is it a new vision, inspiration, or soul calling beginning to take form? Whatever arises, recognize, my friends, that it is surfacing with purpose, inviting your awareness and inspiring action. This is a powerful time to break cycles and shift old patterns, particularly around love. Remember, this month is about the heart. So it is a very powerful time to let go of old patterns, break cycles, particularly around love. How you give it and receive it and allow yourself to experience it. While echoes of past wounds may emerge, there is also immense support for graceful closure and empowered new beginnings. The new moon and partial solar eclipse in Aries on March 29th brings the completion of a larger 18-month cycle, ushering in a fresh start. This eclipse holds the energy of deep transformation, amplifying the need for alignment with your truest self. So, as you move through the final week of March, integrate the insights gained over the past months and set intentions that honor your evolved values and directions. Let go of anything that no longer resonates and step forward with clarity, trust, and a renewed sense of purpose. And so it is, my friends. So, this is the energy forecast in time frames and categories. If you are wanting the entire energy forecast with themes, head to the previous episode. And with this, my friends, we will be doing some meditations this month as well and some other things. If you're in my Patreon, my Inspiring You Patreon, I just put out the Inspiring You schedule of the classes that we will be doing. I'll probably be adding some other ones along the way. So check out those. And tomorrow I will be doing the energy forecast plus the dowsing with the all access group if you're interested in that. And no matter what, my friends, just be kind to yourself, lean into your tools. And with that, just be lots of compassion for yourself and be kind. Be kind to yourself, my friends, because this month things can be coming up for you and others. And so just keep connecting back into your breath, regrounding, realigning, using those tools to support. And don't forget to set intentions as well. And yeah, and with that, my friends, I will be doing some other ones today, probably. So if you are live streaming with me, I'll be taking a break for the next bit and I'll be coming back if you want to hear the next one. So have a beautiful day. And we're just going to delink. So say this after me if this resonates with you. Oops, hold on. So say this with me if it resonates with you. It's just great energy hygiene to break the links. I asked to break the links with this talk. I asked to break the Reiki links. I always send Reiki to any talk I do. So I asked to break the links to the Reiki, leaving only harmony and balance at ends. I asked to clear any residual energy being held in my body as a result of these links. I ask the light to fill the void cells, rejuvenates, refreshes, revitalizes for the highest good with ease and grace and gratitude. In gratitude. May peace be with all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. Much, much love, my friends. Until soon.